Hi, welcome to Life Advice with Professor Muchacho. Today I'm going to be taking your questions and hopefully giving you some direction in life. But first of all, this feels a little weird. Something's not right. There we go. Now it's serious. Right, let's get down to some questions. First and foremost, what is most difficult part of being DJ? A lot of these questions came in various languages, and I've used Google Translate, so if they're wrong, I'm sorry. The most difficult part of being a DJ is very easy to explain. The simple answer is wearing sunglasses and headphones at the same time. It can be very difficult. You've got to make sure your sunglasses complement your headphones, everything's like the right colour, it goes with your outfit, and then putting the headphones on when you're actually wearing the sunglasses can be quite tricky, and you take them off, put them back on all night, and you still got to look cool, so you've got to make sure you don't knock your sunglasses off. That's easily the most difficult part. What's good, fam? Want to sell more beats? Check the link in my profile. No. How do I get tracks signed to record label? So obviously this didn't come in English either. I'm not sure if you're talking about my record label or any other record label. The advice is pretty much the same. Really, there's never been a better time to get your music signed to a record label. It's so easy. Back in the old days, you'd have to go to a studio, get a mixtape or a CD done, and then give it to someone. There's usually some crusty old white guy sat in a tower block in London. You'd go and give him the CD. Now you can just do it on SoundCloud. Super, super simple. The first thing you need to be sure of is you're actually giving the right kind of music to the record label. It's amazing, since I've started doing a record label, running a record label, I can't believe the amount of unsuitable music that comes in. It's ridiculous. You've got to listen to what that record label's putting out and make sure your track is similar to that genre. It doesn't have to be the same, it can be a little bit different, but there's no point sending a deep house record to a techno label. It just doesn't make any sense. And if you want to send your music to my label, it's abovethestormrecords@gmail.com, something like that. I'm sure it is. I'll link it down below. Next question. When are you coming to Argentina? Easily the most received question I get today, yesterday, every other day. The simple fact is, I'd love to come to Argentina. The problem is I need someone to book me to come to Argentina. Argentina is very, very far away for me to get to, and for me to play one gig just doesn't make any sense. There's no point someone spending thousands to fly me all the way over there on a 9 million hour plane flight to play one club one night and then go home. The economics just doesn't make sense. So you need to do a tour, which means you need to get more gigs, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I'm not part of any DJ agency or anything like that, so I'd have to do it myself, and it's very difficult. I don't even speak Spanish. My name's a lie. I'm not from Spain or Colombia or anywhere. I'm from England. It's very difficult to get it all done in one go to make the economics viable. And as I understand it, the Argentinian economy isn't that great at the minute, so no one really wants to pay for me to fly all the way over there. But if you do, send me the tickets. I'll be over in a flash. See you soon. Right, next up. I need a holiday. This virus thing is ruining my plans. What should I do? #BeMoreMuchacho. Thanks for the hashtag. This depends on where you live. If you're in Italy, you're probably going to be staying where you are. You may as well get used to that. Buy a book or something. Muchacho, however, recommends a trip to the Ascension Island. Now, as far as I know, there is no coronavirus there, but there are also no planes going directly either, so you might need a boat. So that's something to think about. How do I get rich, and what's the email for demos? So, how do you get rich? You have to create something that people want at scale, something that doesn't exist, either a service or a product. Thinking about what's coming up in the future, electric cars are getting banned in the UK, or no, petrol cars are getting banned in the UK, electric cars are becoming mandated. So, my thinking around this is suddenly everyone's going to have to buy electric cars. The problem I've got is I have a garden, I have a front garden I park on the road. If I had an electric car, I'm going to have to run a cable out of my letterbox all the way across the garden, across the path, into my car. That's ridiculous because people are going to be tripping over on the path, etc., etc. So the only other option I've got is to park on my front garden. I don't want to do that. So if I was looking to make a real big lump of cash, I would set up a business tarmacking gardens and or work out how to become some sort of electrician that can install charging points in the roads. Because in 10, 20 years, everyone's going to have electric cars, but not everybody has the ability to park right outside their house. They might live in a flat, they might live in an apartment, whatever it is. So the government, someone's going to need to come up with a way of getting charging points in the roads. So I'd set up a big business making plug sockets or something like that. Have a think about it. What's next? I want to buy toilet roll, but because of the coronavirus, everywhere is sold out. What do I do? Good question, very good question, and something that's very important here in the UK and I hear in Australia as well. This depends on how rich you are. If you are poor, you will probably need to go and buy some kitchen roll. Kitchen roll is great because you can rip it in half and you get twice as much because they're really long and thick and wide. If you're rich, however, and you've got Jeff Bezos money, then I would go for baby wipes. They offer a superior wipe anyway, something you should treat yourself to every now and again. Should I stay up till 4 a.m. working on music, or will 3:30 be enough? This completely is down to you. I enjoy getting up early because I like the feeling of having a head start on everybody else. So when everyone else is getting into work at 9 a.m, I've been up for 4 or 5 hours and I've already done more than everyone else has done in the entire day. There is science, apparently, that proves that you're more creative at night. So after dark, after about 8 p.m, you get more creative at night. So if you're trying to come up with new ideas, you might want to stay up a bit later. The problem is everyone's got jobs in the morning and you don't want to be like a zombie going around in the early morning because you stayed up to 3 a.m. staring at Ableton Live. I recommend getting up very early. Maybe get up at 3:30 and then you've done both, probably. Right. What do you think about the beats on my profile? I don't like any music that's referred to as beats. Sorry. Who is the best musician of this era? So apart from me, I would probably say it's either Lil Pump or Elton John. The last question I've got here, what is your favourite wine at the moment? So, got lots of favourites, and it's probably too hard to pick one that's my favourite. I will say that the best value for me is coming from Portugal. The wines that come out of Portugal are as good as any old world or new world wines. If half of these wines were being made in France, they would be quadruple the price. You can get some absolutely fantastic reds and a few whites from Portugal. I don't recommend the whites as much, but the reds definitely. If you go into your local Majestic Wine, head to the Portuguese section and just buy everything that's in there, I'm sure you'll have a good night.